Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to What's Up, Bolts. I am Fernando Ramirez, here to talk a little preview Chargers-Titans this weekend. Before the Chargers start, a lot of interesting games. The next four after this are definitely very tough, but this one's going to be tough just because of some of the matchups, especially inside the interior defensive line versus the Chargers' interior offensive line. So we'll get into all that, and then Jim Harbaugh is bringing up something that somebody on this program's been saying since I think this individual got into the league. What am I talking about? We'll talk about that after the intro.
Compas on the beat. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah. So where's Compas?
Yeah, we are.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Daygo is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7th-rounder. So
Freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
Welcome, everybody, to What's Up, Bolts. I'm Fernando Ramirez, here to talk a little Chargers-Titans preview. By the way, in that video where Austin Eckler says that Hilberto's asleep, I think if this next individual that I'm about to bring on, if he wasn't on the program, I think that's how Hilberto would live. But thankfully, we have him. No one else has him. You know him. You love him. Let's get him in here. Let us talk to the man, the myth, the legend.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. A little under the weather, but we're soldiering on. No big deal. Because every day, Frau, we intact the day with an enthusiasm unbeknownst to mankind, baby. Here we freaking go.
Yeah, no, it's another interesting day. Athir, what's up, man? How are you?
What's
Hilberto
up,
is
Athir?
not here, but you...
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Is the son of Odin? Is this a god of lightning? Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Maybe he made a YouTube channel we didn't know about.
You know what's funny? That's actually something like he would say, "Hey guys," like that is something he would definitely say. But I kind of paused too. I'm like, whoa. But but Dan, this weekend, Chargers Titans, definitely going to be an interesting matchup. Just because I know on paper everybody's looking at the 2-6 Titans. Dan, I think this is for you.
No, but sorry, we got to read the comments. Justin Herbert, quote unquote, said, "Who's got it better than us?" Nobody.
All right, I'm not gonna make you do that, Dan. I apologize. Dan's a little bit under the weather, but he is battling for you guys. Athir says that the Ravens defense is trash. Dan, your thoughts?
I knew it. I've been saying this. I'm not worried about the Ravens. I think we're going to be good.
Kyle Hamilton went out with an injury without even being.
Let it happen to everyone else, Frau. Not us this year.
All right. So obviously, Dan, like I was saying, with what the schedule is going to look like the 4 weeks after this game, a lot of people could be looking ahead, but Jim Harbaugh, his team, they know that every game, there's no gimmies in the NFL.
No.
There's no gimmies. Every team is tough. Every team's going to play hard. The Titans are playing hard. I think Will Levis has been it seems like Will Levis might come back this week, so that'll be interesting to see what, because with Mason Rudolph, they've been, well, actually no, they lost 52-14 against the Lions, but it's still going to be an interesting matchup. The Chargers' weakness so far has been the interior offensive line. And hey, guess what? Coming in are the Titans that have Jeffery Simmons, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL, and Tavondre Sweat, who's another up-and-coming player that's a good defensive tackle as well. So those are going to be that's going to be a matchup to definitely keep an eye on. I already said from the beginning. All right, I'm about to write this for tomorrow, but that's going to definitely be something to watch, especially because I know, Dan, you have not been very how do I want to put this? You've
enthusiastic, approving.
Yeah, you haven't you've had a negative grade so far on Zion Johnson and Bradley Bozeman. I think Bradley Bozeman has a higher grade just because of the hit that he delivered the guy from the
100%. You protect the
Saints.
son of own, baby.
But
Was he the $200 million man or whatever?
Justin Herbert says, "Let me cook."
That's right, baby. Let him cook.
But yeah, so Dan, what do you see this weekend as like obviously, like I said, the Titans they don't have DeAndre Hopkins, but they have Tony Pollard. That's gonna be the Chargers are gonna need to stop the run, slow it down.
Yeah.
And but
Yeah.
what do you see as a key to this matchup this weekend?
I think 100%, whether it's Will Levis or Mason Rudolph, because I saw Will Levis was supposedly, I think, practicing or something like that.
Yep,
And
he practiced.
by me seeing, I mean on Twitter, someone reported. But I think whichever one it is, you have to force them into mistakes. This in my mind is nothing but a trap game. You cannot play down. I think the biggest thing, you can't play down to your opponent. I think the defense is going to do their thing. They're going to force them into mistakes, 3 and outs and things of that nature. Now, offensively, this is the game to get right, to put up points, because I think the closer you keep this game, the more it's going to play into the Titans' hands and it could slip away for the Chargers. So 100%, the first thing you have to do as a defense is stop the run and make Will Levis or Mason Rudolph beat you. And from there, you got to just force them into mistakes. They've been doing a great job, I think, of really disguising things, making windows so small for quarterbacks that they really have to squeeze it in there. And it's either batted down, incomplete, or it's, intercepted. So they really just need to focus on their fundamentals and doing that really right there defensively.
Well, and I mean, defensively has been kind of their bread and butter so far this season. I mean, especially with the way that they've been playing lately. I mean, I told you, like, Sunday's game was really impressive to me because of the way I mean, Baltimore had just played against the Browns had just lost to the Baltimore Ravens, or had just beaten the Baltimore Ravens, and Jameis Winston was flying high. He was feeling the offense was feeling good, the defense was feeling good, and they end up doing well, and they were able to. And I saw Derwin after the game said they were kind of pissed off that they let that last one go. But I mean, that touchdown, he's like, we wanted to keep him at only a field goal, but just really impressive the way this defense is flying around. I mean, Jesse Minter looks like he's been a defensive coordinator in the NFL for years.
Yeah, and you could tell really like the difference between the two. I think the offense really has not synced up yet to where everybody's playing as a singular unit. Whereas for the most part, defensively, you've seen that. You've seen the smooth pass rush, keep them in the pocket simultaneous with, a good drop to their assignments and everything else. You don't see a lot of like just random mistakes happening like you do on offense, where either a guy whiffs on a block or, they don't see something, they run the wrong route, guys aren't lining up in the right spot or whatever and stuff like that. So, and that's one of the caveats too, I think offense is a little bit harder just because it's not just see ball, get ball. So that's one thing that's just going to take time in the first year of a new system. But that's one thing that's been the biggest bright spot on the defense. They've really, for the most part, didn't really have any kinks, and they played as a singular unit. The only reason they lost that Arizona Cardinal game again is just because of, bad fundamentals, 2 bad tackles that turned into big plays, and they ended up scoring touchdowns. But for the most part, they kept them bottled up.
Well, and that's the problem. Like the inconsistencies on offense, I still feel like they're still there.
It kills it.
So they're going to need to do this week, and like you said, they're going to have to be a lot more consistent. They're going to need to drive up and down the field, especially with what some of the teams that are coming up next. I mean, those teams are going to be those teams are definitely going to be tough to play against, and they have good defenses, and the Chargers are just going to need to be on their P's and Q's. But I wrote this again. This is a tough. So the guys that are, what's up, Jorge? Jorge says, what's up, Compas? So obviously, going back to Jorge, keep it like that.
Yeah, hilarious, dude.
Going back to the the offense. They just need to be able. I mean, who knows if they get Gus Edwards back this weekend? They do, that's a huge plus because I feel like the Chargers should be able to run the football against the Titans, especially after what the Lions did with Jamari Gibbs and all those guys. They were definitely able to run the ball consistently, and that's what proved to be the difference maker in that Titans Lions game. So that's essentially what the Chargers are going to need to do right now, especially when it comes to this weekend.
100%. Like I said, this is the time to get your offense going, really. You know what I mean? This is the time where you want to put up points on the board, have consistent drives and everything else.
Athir,
shout out!
Showing some love.
When
our defense gets some love, Mahomes got shut down. Pittsburgh only had 13 points without Herbie the last quarter, and Browns got blasted. Yeah, Dan, I mean, and that's what Hilberto was talking about, that as of late, the defense has been getting a lot of love and well-deserved, especially with the way they've been playing.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, they're playing as a singular unit, right? I think the biggest bright spots, you have 2 rookies step in for people who are hurt, and they've looked like, they've been starting in the NFL for a few years. They don't look like rookies. That's what you want out of your players on your team. You want guys to step up when other guys are hurt. Now, it just means you have depth, so you don't really have to rush the starter right away. You can ease them in, you can put them in certain packages, whatever else, and it's not creating that sense of urgency, that rush. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Joseph. Joseph said the rookie's showing out 100%. They've looked good. I think Deion Henley's been huge in his second year in the NFL.
There's
been a lot of bright spots, yeah.
And the crazy part is, Dan, you can't even go off of anything from last year because he didn't even he didn't play last year.
No, I think it was all special teams. He didn't play much.
Yeah, no, he didn't. And that's the crazy part, is that now I think fans are wondering, like, why didn't he play at all?
Yeah, kind of interesting.
I
don't know, like, who did they have last year? They had Eric Kendricks and oh no, never mind. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't play. I just remembered who the other middle linebacker was. Not very good, but
the Chargers he's coming in this weekend.
Oh, I forgot he's on that team.
Yeah,
is he available? Is he actually playing?
He's playing, and so is
Are we gonna get a
Day?
Are we gonna get a K9 revenge game?
What do you think?
A Sebastian Joseph Day revenge game? No, I don't think so. No. I think if anyone, no, I don't think so. Because I was going to say, but the only problem is maybe Sebastian Joseph Day, because the interior offensive line is not that good. But no, I think they should be fine. They should be fine, especially because they practice against them. They know the guy. They know both of those guys. It's not like it's, some rando or whatever.
Well, that's true. Yeah, no, Kenneth Murray. I know I've seen him. Well, I've seen the way he hasn't changed much from when he was here. No.
To put it mildly.
No, and he was always really nice, really kind and everything. So, this is Fulton, Molden.
I like that. I like that.
And I can't remember who knows if Fulton's going to go just because of.
What's up, Angel?
What's up, Angel? Angel says, what's up, homies? We don't know if Fulton's going to go. He hasn't practiced in the last 2 days. So, Athir says,
what note? Oh,
I am in love with this regime. They have no money, and they look at what.
I think he meant at the start of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Start of the year.
And stop, Jorge. And look at what they did. I cannot wait until next year. We are coming for that hat next year, I promise.
Jorge.
Dan, I kind of put this year as like a Moneyball season for the Chargers. Limited cap, yeah, Jorge. I think that's
what it is.
Like a Moneyball kind of year, and however far the Chargers are able to go, it's going to be really impressive if they're able to go. If they're able to go deep and end up making something out of this. But yeah, so definitely really impressive. Now let's get to some.
I think really that's what it is, right? They're trying to stay under the cap because again, I think, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but we've kind of talked about this a few episodes already in the season. This is a tryout year for a lot of these guys, right? And I think really they're trying to see who's going to be here next year. And I think that's why I said they're not going to make any moves at the deadline. And, obviously they didn't, but that's why, they're trying to see just what they have for next year. Because again, next year, I think if I'm correct, they're going to have a lot of room in the salary cap to spend, I think, next year.
Yeah.
And they're going to have draft picks and everything else. So, that next year is really where they're trying to set up to make a deep run.
So going back to, I think it was Joseph. Yeah, Joseph said it. Joseph, you are correct. Tony Pollard was limited yesterday in practice. He was a DMP today. L'Jarius Sneed, DMP. Yeah, they're saying that L'Jarius Sneed probably will not go because of he's been hampered with that quad injury. There was another one that I saw, another running back, Julius Chestnut. He was limited as well, and I think so was. Oh no, Tajay Spears was full. So that's going to be something definitely to monitor the next in the next couple of days. Robert's asking where. Oh, what's up, King Rye?
I was going to say, what's up, King Rye? What up, Compas gang? Bolt up.
Robert's asking, where's Berto writing an article about Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tebow Nix? Y'all are wild.
That's dude.
This is what Jesse Minter had to say about the oh shoot. Am I there? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're there. You're there.
The thing here is there were already a bunch of really good players here, and they were, maybe a good situation because there was a hunger to be really, really good. And so to the players' credit, man, they just jumped in right from the start. Anything coach said, anything we said, they were pretty much on board with and willing to roll with it. And, so far it's going well, but like I always say, it's a week-to-week league. You can't sit around going, hey, look where we're at right now, so we certainly don't try to do that, but yeah, happy with where we're at and always trying to chase ways to get better.
He seems so composed. Athir says he's from Iraq and he cannot type in Arabic. Athir, don't worry. We all understand and we're definitely it was just a misreading by me. So but yeah, no, we appreciate your love and support, Athir. You are the best. Yeah, Jesse's just saying, and that's another thing that I feel like Jim, Jesse, and even Greg have done since they've gotten here. They're like, hey, they had the play. Like, they're basically saying they've had the players.
Yeah.
They just haven't put it together. Like, the talent's been here. Yeah. It's just the coaching. Like, oh, no, they're not saying the coaching.
That's the craziest part,
the coaching. The coaching just hasn't been there. And, I mean, that's why before the season, everybody's always picked the Chargers to make the playoffs, or they think they're going to go far because they know that the talent's there, the quarterback's there. The thing that hasn't been there is the coaching. The coaching was there the second year, I think, and then after that disastrous game in Jacksonville, there was a lot of finger pointing, and then Brandon Staley got rid of a lot of the ex-players. He got rid of all the ex-players that were coaches on the team, and it was just a cluster on in the third year, and that's why the Charge had to let him go. So, and that's when the Spanos family said, okay, we're done with this going and getting first-year head coaches. Let's go get a veteran, and let's go get somebody who's as hungry as us to win a championship, and who better than Jim Harbaugh. So they definitely are they're definitely doing they've definitely done their part, and I feel like a lot of it has been the Spanos family saying, all right, let's get out of here. Let's take us a huge step back. Let's give the ball and the franchise to Jim, and Jim, you're going to run this. And Jim's been great. I mean, he said all the right things, saying that everybody's involved in everything, but we all know how that goes. We know who really he says he's Robin to Joe Ortiz's Batman, and that John Spanos is there, and that AG is there, and that Dean's there. But we all know what they're doing. But Dan, an impressive score update right now. The Bengals 21, the Ravens 7.
So pissed. You know why? Because I was gonna pick the Bengals in our picks, But I was like, whatever. If I'm wrong, at least I picked the same game as Alberto, and I'll stay relatively ahead of him. I don't think we diverge that many. But I was gonna say, I think the biggest thing going off of what you said, well, actually, no. First, I'll go there, and then I'll go to a different point. Going back to what Jesse Minter said, you could just tell, as the kids say, the aura coming off of this guy, that, it's not a pat yourself on the back every week. It's a, how are we going to improve and make this better and continue this? You know what I mean? It's a different mindset where each week is a new opponent, and you can't rely on what you did last week to get you through the game this week. And I think week to week, they've been out freaking standing. They've been outstanding, and I hope they keep it up. And, going back to what you said about, the Spanos making the right move. I think they were just tired of losing. They were tired of seeing all the stupid shit on social media of the charging and everything else. I think really they were tired of 3 or 4 years of that. And they were just like, we need to find a guy. And I think they hired the right one. But, going back to, the game Sunday, again, the biggest thing they need to be able to do is run the football effectively, sustain drives. Because really, as an offense, per play, you want to get at least 3 to 4 yards, in my opinion. Running, throwing, it doesn't matter. Because either way, you're set up with a 3rd and short. You want to stay ahead of the chains, especially when you don't have the players to really try and be explosive. So when you don't have that, you got to be smart in your play calling and stay ahead of the chains. No stupid penalties that get you set back. And defensively, again, I think you shut down the run and you force Rudolph or Levis into mistakes. I think it's going to be a huge day for them.
Well, the thing is, too, Dan, is that lately they have gotten into some trouble with those 3rd and longs and stuff like that. But what Jim and Greg want to do is, like you said, 2nd down. They wanted 2nd and 6 or 2nd and 5, so that they can get into more manageable 3rd downs if they have to go to 3rd down. So I completely agree with you when it comes to that, and they've been very vocal about it, and we'll see how all that goes. Did you see what Khalil Mack did on Sunday, Dan, when he got a sack?
No, I did not.
Watch this.
Grab that win and pull it in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Khalil Mack.
That's hilarious.
Coming in off the edge.
Gotta grab it.
Will throw on the run. Corner of the end zone. Touchdown.
Pull it down.
Boy, this happens so fast.
Justin did it too.
Wow. And again, I just think, that tells you everything you need to know about where this team is this year. They're believing in the message of the head coach. They're literally living it out on the field for the most part. Offensive has left a few things to be desired. They're getting it done. They're starting to feel it. You know what I mean? They're starting to get that confidence. They just really need to have a complete game where they put it together. And I think this team's the sky's the limit. It's going to be interesting.
And even Justin's changed his personality so much this year. I mean, and I'm not saying that he's different or anything. What I'm saying is he's showing a lot more personality. I mean, I've seen the fire before. There's been plays, there's been moments and stuff, but this year I feel like he's finally having fun playing football in the NFL, which is definitely something good for the Chargers moving forward. And Jim spoke about him yesterday.
He's one of the best players. I mean, over the last 3 weeks, he's been the best, highest graded player in the National Football League across any position. So, elite, tremendous. You run out of the adjectives, it like hits you in the games and hits you in practice. I mean, just greatness. Wow, we get to be around greatness every single day. He's great. He's one of the best players. I mean, over the last 2 weeks, he's been.
I love what Brock says right here. Brock says, having fun is a bigger deal than people realize. 100%. Who the hell performs well at their job when they hate it and it sucks and it feels like a job? When you're winning, when you're seeing success, you're having success, everybody's game just elevates because it's like a drug. They want to keep feeling it. They want to keep winning. That way they don't get tired of winning, Frau. They'll never get tired of it.
Do you love your quarterback?
Oh, I love the son voting. He's the best.
Dan, you've been very vocal about Athir, I'll get to your comment in a bit. You've been very vocal about one topic, and that's Justin Herbert after the play is over receiving late hits.
Oh, 100%. It's a
You've
joke.
been I remember, I think you counted 3 against the Browns, you counted 2 against the Saints. And it's not that you're doing it because you think, it's not because you think like, oh, he's getting hit this. You're just adjusting your rules to the way you see it across the rest of the NFL. You see Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh
Don't even
Allen,
get me
Joe Burrow.
started. Yeah.
You see those guys taking those hits. Well, Jim Harbaugh spoke about that on Monday as well. He shares your sentiment.
The energy that it's infectious. That kind of toughness. But it's a lot. I mean, helmet to helmet on that 38-yard run. Gets hit, waylaid when he's going out of bounds. I mean, he had a foot out of bounds, and foot out of bounds is out of bounds. And the face mask, okay, didn't see it because of the angle, things like that. I thought that hit you referred to gets called most times. Body weight on top of a quarterback gets called. So it's incredible. It's incredible, and it's almost Shaq-like. The way Shaq used to get fouled, and there was the hack-a-Shaq kind of a thing. You can see, he's hard to get down and all, but the play just seems to extend, with him, where they just feel like, hey, just wreck, balls downfield. Does it sound like I'm complaining? Maybe, yeah, could be. I think he does. He doesn't get some of those calls when they should be called. But.
There's somebody else that shares your same sentiment, Coach Harbaugh.
It's a joke, honestly. Like, I don't even understand what we're doing. Like, to begin with, just to be fair, I thought the full weight on the quarterback rule was stupid to begin with. But if it's in the game and you call it for everybody else, why aren't you going to call it for my boy over here in L.A.? What are we doing? On Sunday, there was a few times where the ball was already away, and they totally just fling him down and they 360 him and all this other stuff. It's just a joke. Like, what? And the thing that pisses me off is, number one, I know half of these referees probably start ball watching and they have no freaking idea what's going on. They're just, the fans in the stadium with the best seat. And it's just ridiculous. And the other part of it is all of a sudden they're hypersensitive because Goodell's boy is playing or whoever. It's an absolute travesty. Like, the thing that pisses me off again is not the rule. Well, the rules do piss me off, but whatever. But you have to enforce it the same way or else it's ridiculous. Why even do it in the first place? I can't stand it. I can't stand how many times this guy gets hit for no reason.
And there's been multiple games where that happens.
And it's late. It's blatantly late. Like, what are we doing? It's not like as he releases, the guy's launching or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just stupid.
Yeah. No, I completely
What's up, Alex?
I completely agree with you.
I love the clip too where he says a lesser man would complain. Ha I know who that is.
Who is that?
That's a little subtle dig at Kermit the Frog over there out there in Missouri.
Dan,
this is hilarious. King Rye. Them refs still mad about Joey Bosa rant from the Jaguars playoff game. LOL. I thought that was like, obviously it sucked in the moment because they had blown it and everything else. But I thought that was hilarious where he goes, we got that asshole with the flag or whatever.
Oh yeah. Dan, let's start wrapping up here because I know. Thank you for championing on. We're almost done, but I want to show you some funny videos before we leave.
All right, here we go.
This is what JJ Watt said about being at your facility.
JJ,
that facility is incredible. I mean, just like if you were going to build a facility for a football team, that is the facility. The weight room's unbelievable. All the doors open up. You're going straight out on the field. 3 beautiful fields. I mean, it's awesome. And the vibes there are good. Everybody seems extremely bought in to what Harbaugh's doing. And obviously we all kind of know what type of guy he is, what type of intensity he brings. And Literally, I'm sitting out there waiting for our interview, and I'm watching him on the field plank with his guys after practice and do wall sits with his guys after practice and do all these exercises. That's not something you see all the time. You definitely see coaches pop in.
He says the vibes are. You know, he worked out with the guys. You're on mute, Dan. He worked out. He worked out there with.
My bad. You mean Harbaugh?
No, JJ Watt.
Oh yeah, I saw the social media team put a photo or video of him in a Charger shirt. I was like, this doesn't mean diddly squat. I don't need a tour of the stupid weight room or the fields or the this or that. I need a tour of the damn trophy room, Frau. Someone needs to put something in there, and then all of a sudden, I'm gonna be excited about the detail. But you know, exactly. I apologize, Jorge. That's on me. I apologize. What was I gonna say? But you know, there's just something in the air. You know what I mean? There's something in the air where you feel the excitement, where it's just different. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Dan, I do have a surprise for you. I'll get to your surprise in a minute. I know you love surprises.
I do not.
No, yes, you do.
I do not.
This isn't the surprise though. Scott Madlock has a Jesus, Jorge. He has a
this piece of shit. Oh, Brockton, we got jokes. The tour is very small for the trophy room, you bastard.
Here is Scott Madlock talking about Harbaugh-isms.
I feel like we have.
I've actually been keeping track in my notebook. I've been writing these all down.
What's the best one?
Man, there's been a lot of good ones. I think one of the most memorable ones was first day of training camp. You know, we just kind of came off summer break, and coach was like, you know, summer break, it's like being in the womb. You know, you're back home, it's all warm, comfy and cozy, it's safe. And then day one, it's like being born and it's chaos and you're out in the world. And then he followed up. He followed up with, I remember the day I was born.
That's exactly.
It was.
Exactly
He said.
It's a very cold day.
He said.
Oh, he's there. I didn't
I
even see
remember
him.
staring out the window, and it was just snowy, like winter night or something. I have them all written down. I'm keeping track. Yeah,
that one. I feel like we have.
That's hilarious, dude. I'm telling you, I would love to just have, like, you know, I think he has the best sound bites in the NFL now. The one who has the best sound bites outside of the NFL, obviously reserved for Mr. Gruden himself, but the one in the NFL right now, I think, is Jim Harbaugh. I love seeing those clips from the press conference. Like, I love the other day when he went, if you have some narrative, just pull some quotes, do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
That to me was hilarious.
2 more videos and then we are out of here.
I love Phil to death.
Right.
I do. I love everything about Phil. The thing is, I hated him when he was at NC State because I was at Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, I hated his guts, bro. Like every time I saw, like I said, I want to do something to him every time I saw him.
Yeah.
Because you see him on the film, and he just at the time when you're watching the film we watch, there's no sound, right? You don't have the commentary. It's got the angle and the 2 wide angle,
right?
And you just see him doing that,
chirping.
He's just chirping. I was like, dude, I'm gonna kick his ass, right? NC State, Maryland. He never beat us not one time. His last play, his senior year, and I hit Phil in the back of the end zone. It's at NC State, and we beat them that game. And I hit him in the back of the end zone, and I push up off of him, right? As I'm walking away, he ankle locks me, grabs my ankle, and start to twist it. I couldn't believe it that a quarterback was doing this.
Yeah.
There's a picture of him somewhere, me and him, and he walked right up on me. And we were about to fight in the back of the end zone. And at that moment, man, he got my respect. I was like, man, this dude is tough. I love Phil to death.
Right.
Dude, he had a knack for getting under people's skins. You remember that?
Yeah,
you remember
really
that?
good at that. Yeah.
You see this comment by Robert?
Hold on, Adir. I told you we'd get to it at the end. We're just going through our last few things.
Pipkins didn't practice today?
He didn't, but that's kind of been a thing. Like Denzel Perryman hasn't practiced.
So we'll see.
Yeah, so it's
I kind of like. I think Forrest Serrell at guard. Sorry, I always see Forrest. That would be kind of interesting. I guess he's huge. I think he's a big guy, but I only have seen him at tackle. That would be interesting, Robert.
Fear, is it the one where you're talking about me? You're directing it at me or the Bengals? Which one is it? We're talking about the Bengals or or
I don't, Joseph. Joseph says, "Damn, I miss Phil." I don't. I got the son of Odin, baby. That's all I need right now.
Dan,
I am rocking with him.
last video. Are you ready?
Yeah, send it.
You know, there's a lot of people that don't think running backs are very important anymore. Don't pick up their fifth-year option. They're not worthy of a first-round pick. Well, I disagree. And last week proved it. And that's what's got me feeling really nicey. Like Ray Davis of the Buffalo Bills. 20 carries, 87 yards. He did it on Monday Night Football, just a rookie. Najee Harris, Pittsburgh Steelers. They didn't pick up his fifth-year option. 14 carries, 106 yards. He did it on the road in Vegas. Woo! Joe Mixon, Houston Texans. The Bengals didn't want him. He goes for over 100 yards on 13 carries. 55 yards on a YWAM. Never saw it, did you, Patriots? Eric Henry, Baltimore Ravens. Tennessee Titans let him out of town. 24 carries, 132 yards. You're the king. Sean Tucker, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who is this guy? Over 100 yards, 9.7 yards a carry. Ric Flair would love you. Wow!
Dude, I was hoping that video never ended. That's amazing. Now, everybody stay with me. Stay with me for a second. If Greg Roman does not work out, we need to get this man to be the offensive coordinator of the Los Angeles. No. Can you imagine those sound bites between the two of them? That would be the most glorious thing I've ever seen. My God. Someone get this guy a job. Even if it's at a high school. I'd love to see it.
He definitely is he's different, man.
Oh my God, man. You wanna revive Hard Knocks? Get that guy at every Hard Knocks, dude, training camp.
Dude,
did you coach something?
Hold on, did you see what he did?
What? Who? That was amazing, dude. Oh my God.
Surprise. What is going on? No. No.
Surprise. He did the monster.
Oh, he's leaning into it, dude. I love it.
Halloween, everybody. It's Thursday night, and it's time for Thursday night football. Texans at the Jets. Instead of having a long, drawn-out process and getting all the details up here, I'm just going to tell you why the Jets are going to win 27-23. Because we all have parties to go to. The Jets have the best players. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Mike Williams.
All right. I don't want to get hit with the copyright for the audio.
That's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious.
Last one before we make picks. Athir said, I know he's talking about me.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to Athir. I'm saying that once you get Lamar in 3rd and 6+ and play disciplined defense in the back end, you will have success. I agree, but you also have to account for his running. He's also a quarterback that takes off running. So
that's why you have good pass lanes.
Yeah.
You saw that against Mahomes. I think in the second game that they put. I thought you saw that against Mahomes in the first time they met this season. Yeah, in the first matchup.
No, they did a really good job against Mahomes, keeping him contained. So they're gonna have to do that with. Joe Burrow might be hurt.
What's the score?
21-14.
Oh, so it's getting interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yep. All right. Dan, X Factor for this Sunday.
I'm going to go with, let's see. Let's go with J.K. Dobbins. I think if the line's able to protect and keep some of those, Jeffery Simmons, right? I don't know why I want to say Casey Simmons, but Jeffery Simmons, like you said, if they can keep him out of there, if they can run the football effectively, I think he's going to have a big day. He's sustaining those drives.
That's who I chose for my my preview, but I will go with DJ Chark. Greg Roman made it sound today like he might be this might be the weekend, especially without Simi Fehoko. I know they just upgraded Jalen Reagor, but I think DJ Chark does go this weekend. What's going to be interesting about DJ Chark is oh, and they did not activate Asante Samuel. They could have activated Asante and Gus Edwards. They only activated Gus Edwards. They did not activate Asante.
Wow.
And Jim was very, very quiet about why they weren't going to activate Asante. So who knows when he'll be back. I will go DJ Chark. Big, aggressive. It'll be his first game. I think he'll have a big game. I know it's going to be a little tough because he's never played with Justin, but they've had about 3 or 4 weeks of practices. So I think they'll have rhythm, and I think DJ will have a good game for the Chargers. Athir says his X factor is Kimani Vidal, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Damn, Athir. That's a lot right there.
Dishing out love for everybody.
Kyle Hamilton is on the sideline with a walking boot on. So
damn.
Yeah, that's a big loss for Baltimore if they won't have him. Dan, who wins?
Chargers.
All right. I will go with the Chargers as well. I think I went 28-10 is what I went with my score. I just think that the Chargers are a better team. I think this will be a game where they'll be able to kind of get their offense going a little bit. And like I said, with the Bengals game coming up, with the Baltimore Ravens, then going to Atlanta and then going to Kansas City, they're going to need to be on their P's and Q's. In these next 4 games, they either have to go 2-2 or 3-1 because they're going to be some tough games. They can go 2-2. That puts them at 8-5.
8-4. 8-5.
2-2. Yeah,
8-5. Yeah, sorry. I
So
suck
they
at
would-
math. I suck at math.
No. Sorry, they'd be 9 and yeah, because if they win Sunday, they'd be 6-3. If they go 2-2, they would be 8. Oh no, 8. Yeah, no, I was right. Sorry, 8-5. So if they can go 8-5 into the backstretch, that'll be solid. Athir has them winning 38-6. Jesus, Herbert.
I'm
will
gonna
not
cash
play.
in on my bet, baby.
Herbert will not play in the 4th quarter. Well, there you have it.
Bold.
All right. We appreciate everybody so much for jumping on and talking to us. You guys are the best. Athir, Ivan, Jorge, Joseph,
Brock,
Robert, Alex, Brock, let me go. King Rye. You guys are all the best. Angel, Sag, you guys are all the best. Appreciate it. Justin Herbert, thank you for jumping on.
Shout out. Shout out Joseph.
You guys are the best. We will be back Sunday. I'll let you guys know. Well, there's no way to let you know. So it's going to be the same deal as usual, guys. After the game's over, I'll go down in the locker room. I'll come back up, and then we'll jump on probably about 5. Brock, we appreciate that. You are the best. Brock, this weekend. Dan,
good luck.
Weekend. Good luck to both of you guys. I hope you guys
love you too, Athir.
This weekend. Yeah, definitely. So Sunday, guys, just be prepared. We could, as soon as I'm done from the locker room, Dan and I will jump on here. We'll break down the game, and next week I'm hoping we'll have a surprise guest for What's Up Bolts, whether it be video version as I just release it on there, but Dan and I will still go live. Or maybe they'll hop on with us live, but I think it'll be a little bit late. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But again, thank you guys. You guys are the best. Appreciate everybody. Guys, the merch has just dropped, so don't forget to go check out merch. We have new merch yet again, so make sure you guys go check that out.
Jorge give you a nice little nickname.
Oh my God. I appreciate you, Jorge. F Dizzle, you the man. Guys, the merch just dropped. It is winter. You guys know it. I know you guys get cold. Go out and get a sweatshirt. Go get a Compas.
You definitely want to get that hoodie. Listen.
Yeah, exactly.
You definitely want to get that hoodie. That hoodie's very nice, very warm. And fellas, ladies, whoever, the other half's going to steal the hoodie. So why not get 2? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go out and get the hoodie. The hoodie is by far the best. It will keep you warm wherever you are.
Exactly. I wore the hoodie to Dan's games, and people are always pointing it out, and I'm like, oh yeah, our own thing. So people love it. So make sure you guys check it out. Again, thank you guys so much for jumping on. You guys are the best. See you guys on Sunday. Have a good end of your week. Have a great weekend. It's a long weekend, so make sure you guys. Oh my God, the Compas
Snuggie for the holiday season.
Hey,
Shout
Jorge,
out, Jorge.
you're wild. So yeah, it's a long weekend this weekend, 3-day weekend. Don't forget Monday to thank Compas water bottle. Maybe a tier. We'll see. We'll see how we'll go with all that. But yeah, make sure you guys go and do that. And obviously Monday is Veterans Weekend, or Veterans Day. So thank you to all the veterans who have served, who are serving. You guys are the best. So shout out to you guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much. When's Hilberto pet dropping? God. Hey, don't forget, if you guys want to go give Hilberto crap, he'll be jumping on in about an hour to do his Hilberto hour. So make sure you guys go over there and give him some crap.
Or especially show off your photo to him.
Oh, he saw it the other day and he couldn't. He's like, sometimes I get thrown off when I see my face on there. But again, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Have a good rest of your week and have an even better weekend. Dan, get us out of here.
Be a compa, tell a compa. Love you guys. Have a good one.